How to keep going when you feel stuck. You know that moment. When you're right in the middle of something important, and out of nowhere, this heavy thought creeps in. I don't know if I can do this anymore. Why am I even trying? Does this still make sense? You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're just stuck. Maybe it's that side project you used to be excited about. Maybe it's a degree you've been working toward for years. Maybe it's life itself. When the job, the pressure, the news, the climate, the world just feels like too much. And now, you're in the middle of a journey that once inspired you. But today, it feels like the finish line disappeared into the fog. So what now? Do you stop? Do you push? Do you pretend it doesn't bother you? Or is there a way to break through when you're stuck in the middle? Let's talk about that. There's a reason this happens. Psychologists even have a name for it: the midpoint slump. We're wired to love beginnings, new ideas, fresh starts, first steps, and we crave endings, the moment we finally achieve, arrive, succeed. But the middle? That's where dreams go to die. In the middle, the adrenaline is gone. The novelty wears off. You're not close enough to the finish line to feel the thrill, but too far from the start to feel proud. You start asking, is this even worth it? This isn't weakness. It's wiring. We start by comparing where we are to where we began, and that makes us feel good. But as we inch forward, we shift our gaze to where we haven't reached, and suddenly, we feel like we're falling behind. But what if we could change that perspective? Here's the shift. Stop treating your goal like a marathon. Treat it like a series of sprints. Don't say, I have to finish the book. Say, today I'll write 100 words. Don't say, I have to get in shape. Say, I'll stretch for 5 minutes. Your brain isn't wired to be inspired by Everest. It's inspired by elevation, by moving, by seeing progress, no matter how small, and every small win, it's proof that you're not stuck. You're still moving. But let's be real. Sometimes what we're stuck in isn't just a task. It's the scale of the problem. Maybe it's climate change. Maybe it's systemic injustice. Maybe it's trying to fix something broken in your community, your family, your past. And you think, what difference can I possibly make? That's where most people shut down. They think, if I can't solve the whole problem, why bother at all? But here's the truth. The world doesn't need perfect solutions. It needs persistent people. Studies show something surprising. The people who care most about global issues aren't always the ones doing something about them. Why? Because they're overwhelmed, frozen, too anxious to act. But the people who do take action aren't the most afraid. They're the ones who believe they can make a difference, not because they're naive, but because they understand that real change doesn't need an army. It needs a spark. You could be that spark. You're angry? Good. You're frustrated? Use it. You feel like the system is broken? That's energy. History is full of people who used their anger and turned it into change. From the civil rights movement to environmental reform, people weren't calm. They were fired up. So don't suppress your emotions. Channel them. Let them sharpen your focus. Let them drive your actions. Anger with direction, arjak momentum. Frustration with vision. Fuel. Here's the truth we often forget. You don't have to carry the weight of change by yourself. When you're stuck, the worst thing you can do is isolate. The best thing you can do? Join others who are moving forward. 2. See, action is contagious. Hope is viral. And when you're surrounded by people who care, who try, who show up, you start to believe again. Collaboration breeds creativity. Community brings clarity. And shared momentum, that's what builds. Movements stuck is not the end. It's just the pause before the next push. Don't wait for motivation. Create it by acting. Write one sentence. Make one call. Join one group. Take one breath. And then take one more step forward. Because progress isn't always loud. It's not always beautiful. but it is always worth it. And if each of us keeps walking, even through the fog, even without a perfect plan, we just might arrive at a future that's better than anything we ever imagined.